Hello, Scorpio, and welcome. I'm Adriana. I'm a soul guidance coach. I help you choose growth and heal your inner roots. I have an intuitive and spiritual message for you today. This is an inside-outside message that looks at your inner world and what's going on in the outer world. So let's get started. Guides are saying right to left, success, Two of Wands, the world on the inside. Ooh. Father of Feathers, and Five of Wands on the outside, rivalry. Oh, okay, Scorpio, you are just so hungry for this new world. You know, we're going to start on the inside. Oops, success just eluded me. All right, the card is called Success. That's why I was making a joke to myself. All right. We have a really strong, fiery energy going on inside. This is the King of Wands. And in this deck, it's that I have to move. We have to get going. There's no choice but to move on. And you've got that energy happening, pushing you into the world, that goal, that desire. And this yearning for this goal and for this new place, this new world is palpable with you, Scorpio. It's so very strong. And I want to say that inside, you know this world is coming. Inside, you feel very strongly that this new world, this new accomplishment, this new phase is coming to you. And you feel you can't escape it. It's as if it's so clear and so coalesced for you. You may be seeing flashes of it in your dreams. You may be seeing kind of forward premonitions of it, not déjà vu, but the opposite, jamais vu, I think. I don't know, you can correct my French, I'm not quite sure. But you're seeing flashes of this in your world, and it's so strong inside you. There is a little bit of a frustration that you're not seeing it in your outside world, and that's why I feel like we've got this card. There's a little bit of impatience and kind of this like, why isn't it here yet? I can feel it's ready to to be given birth to. I can feel it's ready to come to me and be there and actualize, but you know, why isn't it there? There's that energy going on. And what I feel the message is with these two cards for you, Scorpio, is that it's about holding the sovereignty of that world inside and allowing it to be, for lack of a better word, sovereign inside. So what do we mean by that? As if your outside world were already reflecting it, you're feeling this inner world inside of you and you're already different. You might be in your same environment, but you're already different. Okay, there's more. There's something more about this. Okay, I'm going to turn the world card towards me for a second just so I can get a better... So the world that's coming, Scorpio, is much more than the world that you've actually imagined for yourself. When I'm saying the world, I'm also meaning the goal or the desire. There's so much more coming to you, good stuff coming to you, than what you have conceived of for yourself. Okay? So it's as if you've sketched the outline and the universe is filled in all the colors, but the universe has also added these interesting little touches everywhere. And some of what you're seeing are actually the little touches that the universe has put there for you, but maybe you didn't ask for yourself, like little extra perks. And so you're saying, well, okay, how can I tell the difference? What they're asking you to do is accept every positive thing in your experience right now as evidence of that new world, and understand that it is all part of the same picture. If it's positive, if it feels good, if it feels empowering, and if it feels loving, it is evidence that your other desires have been answered. So the universe might be sending you these little details, and they haven't quite filled in this area of the picture yet, but they're sending you these little glimmers to say, look, we're listening, we're getting it, we're just, everything is happening when it needs to happen. So remember, you are sovereign in that world, and you stay sovereign by believing in the benefit and the good and the positive that is all around you. This guy has to move on because there's a brush fire going on. Okay, you've already left the negativity. You've already left those patterns that really weren't working. You've already done that. Now, just because it doesn't look exactly like what you asked for, that's not a reason to dismiss it. It's actually a reason to embrace it and to say, oh, thanks, universe. I wasn't expecting this little perk. Thank you. Okay, so small things that seem unconnected to your vision are actually connected to it. And by honoring them, you honor your vision, you honor yourself, you honor your power as manifester when you go and you stay in that place. Now let's look on the outside. And really, I feel like I've already talked about these cards for you, even though we weren't directly talking about them. The two, I'm so sorry, these numbers are backwards. Two of Wands is success, but still kind of feeling like let down because maybe the success wasn't enough. So this is where you're seeing parts of your desire, parts of your vision come through, but the rest isn't there. So you've got some of what you want, but not all of it, and so it just kind of feels like, eh. And then it feels like our rivalry card, Five of Wands, that we're not getting anywhere. We're just engaged in this same old back and forth. So it's kind of like being stuck in limbo, where you're not moving forwards, you're not moving backwards, but you're just feeling stuck. This is all temporary in your outside world. What's real is this stuff on the inside, this sovereignty. Okay, so, okay, why are they telling me to flip? Telling me to flip. Because I understand 2 and 5 are backwards, right? 2 and 5 are the inverse of each other. So what is this message that you're trying to say? Okay, they're asking you to reverse your perspective about these things that you're about, okay? When I'm describing is, okay, I've achieved this, but it's not really all of it. So therefore I'm going to get kind of bored or despondent or frustrated. That's not the direction that you're being asked to go. This other one, I'm not getting anywhere, I'm not going anywhere. That's not the right way to be thinking about it. It's, okay, thank goodness I'm not slipping back into my negative patterns. How many times have I done that? How many days have I lost because of that? Being happy that you're not going anywhere, it's actually good because it means that you're not going backwards. And you're saying, well, yeah, but I want to be going forwards, but you definitely can't go forwards if you're going backwards. So neutral is better than forwards. And neutral is on the way to going forward, right? So when you walk, we actually shift our way backwards, then we come through neutral, and then we go forward. So, keep that in mind. I just described walking, which is an entire picture, like we're talking about with the world. And you see how we have the different components all present within it. So if I want to walk, I have to do all those things. I have to go backwards, neutral, and forwards. So that's why embracing all these parts is so, so important. I've been having me draw a lot of extra cards today, so yours is no exception. We're going to draw one more. Okay, the Devil. Do not allow yourself to get lost in despair. Do not allow yourself to get lost in illusion. Because this world is slightly different than what you've imagined for yourself, there is perhaps a lot of different energy that you're not quite sure how to manage or what to do with. This card talks about raw energy, wild energy. So, what am I going to do with this energy? Is it going to be constructive or destructive for me? And that's your choice, Scorpio. If you want this energy to be constructive, then you have to frame your mind around it. If you want this energy to be destructive, then you have to frame your mind around that. But the energy itself is neutral. Your mindset in this time is everything. You know, there's also a comical element with this card. So I feel like the guidance is also saying to us to lighten up and to laugh at ourselves a bit more. The things that we're complaining and whining about, you know, really laugh. If you look at this, he's killed all those road runners, and so he should be quite happy with himself. This is like Wile E. Coyote finally gets his revenge. But instead he's impatient or despondent because he's like, well, what next? And the guides are saying, you know, this is really kind of funny that you would have achieved these wonderful things. You would have achieved these things, and instead of celebrating, you're kind of like, eh. So lighten up about it. You know, it's all right when we take ourselves so seriously, but this is about having a lighter perspective. And just remember that when you find things to laugh about, when you find that joy, it automatically connects you with that higher energy of gratitude and abundance and flow. So the more you can do that, the quicker this guy comes in. All right. Okay, Scorpio, thanks so much for joining me. That was a fun one. If you would like to reach out or inquire about a personal reading, there is information in the description below that will tell you how to do that. I'll look forward to seeing you next time right here.